Hey everyone, I've made some amazing progress, personal progress, okay, for myself in my study of the gun martial arts, okay, because I study guns, right, and shooting as a martial art. If you guys follow my channel, you guys will see that I do medieval combat. That's the same, right? It doesn't matter what type of weapon I'm using, whether it's guns, swords, daggers, fists. Fighting is fighting, okay? So to me, what I do on this channel, it's all martial arts related, regardless of what the tool is, okay? So I've got this, I guess, it's been, I guess, almost 10 days at this point, maybe 2 weeks. I've been working with this Palmetto 308. I got the 20-inch barrel on it. By the way, it is soaked. This is the first day that this thing got soaked. So no problems working through the rain with this. So I've been working with this Palmetto 308, it's the AR-10 Gen 3, and I've been doing some accuracy testing amongst other testings. And what I noticed is when I was shooting it with Tula, I mean, I was getting, I had initially zeroed it in with Tula. I got, Tula 308. I got a nice, is it upside down? It was a nice, I think 2 inches. I think I've been as low as 1.5 inches with this Tula 308. And then I got in this other, I also did this German M80 ball. I think that was coming in at about like 1.25 inches. So the gun's shooting great. Then I got in this Freedom munitions, right? So this thing's shooting 1 inch. And my best group came in with this at 0.75. So the rifle is now officially sub-MOA. I've hit 0.75. It was a 3-shot group. But I've hit a number of 1-shot groups with it, right? So it's definitely 1 inch. 1 inch is no problem if I'm doing my job right, which is not all the time. So anyway, the issue that I ran, and I posted this in the video that I did on Freedom Munitions, it seems like it was shooting right, okay? So I had zeroed in the rifle with Tula, okay? So that was centered, right? I had that center. When I'm shooting with this, like the first day I'm shooting this, right, I see that it's about 2 inches to the right. I'm like, well, I don't know. I shoot it again the next day. This time I'm 1 inch to the right, okay? I'm like, what the frick is this shit happening? So you know what I did today? I put this Monstrum Bubble-Level on it, right? The thing was like $20. I got it from Amazon. Monstrum Bubble-Level. I put it on it. I just got it in. I just started working with this. This is the first time I put it on any rifle that I have. I've never really worked with it in the past. The reason why I got it is because I saw somebody else's video, and they were using it on an LPVO where they were shooting at distance. Because at distance, if you're shooting like 500 yards and you use it and you got a bullet drop compensator, if your rifle is canted just a little bit, right? Let's say you're on a bipod on uneven ground and your rifle is just canted a little bit, and you're using a bullet drop, that can like throw you way off. Okay, you're going to be completely off. And that made like all the sense in the world to me. I'm like, yep, got to get a bubble level. Okay, so I'm looking around on Amazon. They've got these ones that kind of stick off to the side a little bit. I looked at the reviews, and a few people said that they weren't level. The way you test is once you put it on the rifle, right? Once you put it on your rail, you put this down and you get another level, and you find a flat surface. Right? I put it over here. You put another level over here, and you make sure that both of these the bubble is level. So because this one is like centered, it's not like off to the sides. I said this has the least possibility of getting like bent or anything or being off. So that's why I got this style of bubble level, okay? You got other ones that kind of hang off the scope and stuff. I said I'm going to go with this one because for the way that I use these guns, which is pretty rough, I mean, the gun's completely soaked. I'm soaked right now. They get bounced around. Let me get the one that's least likely to break. So I got that one. So I get it to position. Remember, I'm using the Holosun 510C, right? Let me put this up. So hold on, and line it up. Is it bright enough? Get it brighter so you guys can. So I'm using. Right there it is. I'm using that now. You may not see it so well, but that's got like these these 4 hashes, right? So it's got 2 hashes up and 2 hashes that way. So basically I set the rifle to what I think is level, and then I glance down at the bubble, which is really easy to do with this big window optic, right? I can like see right down to the rail over here. I glance down at it, and I see that the bubble is completely off. Okay, so then I rotate it, and this is where I realize that the fucking ground is crooked. Okay, all these years I've been shooting here and zeroing rifles in over here. Okay, the ground is slightly crooked. I forgot which way it goes. So what I had to do is I had to rotate the rifle so that when I'm looking at it, it appears like it's, like from my perspective of looking at the thing, it looks like it's uneven, but it's even to gravity, to the earth. It's uneven to the ground, okay? So you will never, ever know that unless you've got a bubble level on this, okay? So for $20, it's like, holy shit, I gotta get like 10 of these now. I'm just gonna get 3 for $20. I'm just gonna get 3 because I mean, I don't shoot all the freaking guns at one time. I have 3, and they're gonna live, I think, on scopes that have bullet drops, and then I can move them around when I need to move them around because it unscrews pretty easy. So anyway, I put that on. I leveled off the rifle, right? So from my perspective, when I'm looking at it, it looks like it's crooked, but it's even to the ground, to gravity, because remember, the bullet is interacting to gravity, not to the shape of the ground, okay? So I throw the Tula in there, and by the way, the other one got completely soaked. I did this twice already, okay? And it's dead bullet accurate. Now, mind you, the groups aren't that great because it was pouring on me pretty good, and basically I'm shooting with freaking water droplets all over this shit, okay? So I'm shooting through the water droplets, but despite water droplets, the ones that you see in circle here, right? There's 6, the circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The circle ones are Tula, right? Pretty centered, okay? And the ones that you see without the circle, 1, 2, and 2, 3. There's 2 in that freaking hole over there. Okay, 4, 5, 6. That's with this the Freedom munitions. And I knew it. I'm like, you know what? The Freedom munitions is a little bit more accurate. Watch, it comes right down the center inside of the Tula, and that's exactly what it did, man. It came right down the center inside the Tula. So I have to issue an apology to Freedom Munitions, because the other day when I was like reviewing, like shooting this ammo, and I'm like, yeah, this stuff shoots great, right? It shoots like .75, but the motherfucker shoots to the right. Why does it have to shoot to the right? It's not the ammo, man. It was me. The gun was canted, and I was surprised. I'm surprised that, like, at the 100 yards that I'm shooting in this, right? I'm surprised how having just that little bit of a cant was making enough of a difference to like shift like my groups out here. Because I was with the Freedom Munitions, the day I was shooting it out here. It's just that day, for whatever reason, I was like, I was consistent because I'm getting like these tight, 1-inch groups, but I'm consistently canted, okay? And you will never know that unless you've got a bubble level on your rifle, okay? You will never know that. You'll be like, and now, when I shoot, right, once I get into position, right, I generally don't move. But if you are like getting on and off the gun, or if you tend to move the gun, if you keep canting this gun between your shots, yeah, you're gonna get groups like this, and you're gonna be like, yeah, this ammunition sucks. You might be doing everything right, right? You might be looking at your dot, right? You might be looking at your dot, and you might be like this, just like you're here, and you're going boom, 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 and you're like, I'm staying on my dot. I'm keeping my dot or my chevron on the bullseye. So I know I'm shooting right. I'm shooting correctly. So it's like, why are the groups all over the place? But if the gun is canted and you're changing your cant every time you shoot, especially with a 308, which tends to jump a little bit, so that increases the possibility that you're going to get off the gun to readjust. Because when I was shooting, let's say with the 5.56, I'd never noticed it this much, because I guess I was adjusting less. Because this has a little bit more of a kick. So it's more frequent that I think I have to adjust a little bit. But yeah, that fixed my problem. Okay, it's like I can't believe I've been shooting all these years without a bubble level on the gun. You know, for the type of shooting that I do, where like I mean, obviously I do like you guys see me doing a lot of the tactical stuff where I'm moving and shooting, but I also you guys see me go to gun ranges where I'm shooting 500 yards to 800 yards. This is a game changer. If it's making that much of a difference at 100 yards, where this ammunition here, right? This ammunition here had shifted all the way over here and it was grouping out here, okay? Even though it's like 1-inch groups, right? Because think about that. If I'm shooting 1-inch groups over here, right, consistent, right, it means that my trigger pull and my hold is consistent. So the only thing that's made the bullets shift from the center to here is the fact that the gun is slightly canted. I think it has to be canted this way, because the dots, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna figure that shit out. But if the gun is slightly canted, it will either throw your bullets that way or throw your bullets that way, and it will throw you off. So that's like, and it's like that's why I'm sitting here in the rain today. It's like because initially I shot this. It wasn't raining so hard, and I saw I shot the Tula, I shot the Freedom. I'm like, wait a second, this shit's in the center now. I'm using this bubble thing over here, and I'm centered. I'm like, I gotta figure this shit out now. I gotta prove this. And I did like, you know, I shot a whole bunch like this. I think after I did the initial one, I did, because I'm doing groups of 6 now, right? So I did 6, then 6. I'm like, center. That paper got trashed in the rain. And then I put out this one, and I did the same thing. I did 6, and then 6, and everything's coming in center. And I have not adjusted the scope at all from the other day when I was shooting it. And if you guys go back and you look at the other videos where I'm shooting Freedom munitions, you'll see that I posted the picture. You'll see that it's like it's way off to the right. So I'm stoked. I'm like super excited. I was like I feel like I have moved my shooting to a new level. Okay, tiny little, because imagine if it's making that much of a difference at 100 yards. Imagine what it's doing at 500 yards, and you know that I'm trying to shoot at, and 600 yards, and I plan to take this rifle out to 1,000 yards, right? That's why I got this 308 20-inch, because I plan to shoot this at 100 yards. You can't. I mean, I don't think I can shoot. You can shoot those distances without the bubble level, because it's not just a question of you saying, okay, the rifle is level on the table. The rifle. It doesn't matter if the rifle's level on the table. Okay. If the ground is crooked, you need to adjust to gravity, not the ground. So it doesn't matter. You could be on the side like this, right? Because let's say the ground is like slanted like this, and you might be, yeah, okay, great. The rifle is like this now. It matches the ground. Yeah, but that's not matching gravity. Okay, the rifle has to be matched to the center of the earth, basically, and that's what the bubble level is going to tell you, where the center of the earth is, so you can get it level and match up to that. So. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, I know it's a little bit of a rant, though. A little bit, I kind of went off here, but I am like really excited. It's like I really feel like I've unlocked a key, you know, to issues. I can kind of think back and remember times where I was like, okay, why? I know this is accurate ammunition. I know that my hold was good, right? Because I can see it going boom, 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 right? I can see I'm not moving my chevron or my crosshairs off the bullseye. Why is my group opening up? Because the cant was changing. Okay, so thanks for watching. Drop some comments. I'm going to include a playlist for this Palmetto AR-10 where I've covered a whole bunch of things. I know a lot of people do like 30-minute review. I think there's just so much over here that it can't be done in just a one review. So that's why by the time I'm done, there's going to be something like 20 hours of video on this gun covering different topics. Okay, and also check your subscription because I know YouTube has been unsubscribing people. People have actually told me in the comments that they go back and they unsubscribe. So check the subscription. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Hey everyone, I was about to start my workout and I figured out that I needed to figure this cant out. So the red represents, well, the blue represents the line of sight, right? So that's the line of sight right there. That's straight. And then the red is the bullet coming out of the barrel, okay? So the bullet comes out low, right? And because it has a 50-yard zero, it rises high, okay? So if I cant this to the right,
right? You can see how it crosses over to the right by me canting it to the right, okay? So that's how that cant is working out, right? So I had a cant, right? Instead of being straight like this, I was canted like that. And that's what made me shift over to the right.